Thank you.
Welcome to the Martha Bassett Show, coming to you from the historic Reeves Theater in Elkin, North Carolina, a home for music in the heart of the foothills. The Martha Bassett Show features national artists, local talent, and the music of Martha Bassett. Tonight on the show, we welcome Becca Stevens, Jeff Black, and Joe Thrift and his wonderful band. It's a great night with some of the finest music you'll hear anywhere. Now let's have a big hand for Martha and the band playing the big 1938 hit by Nat King Cole, Straighten Up and Fly Right.
Buzzer took a monkey for a ride in the air. The monkey thought that everything was on the square. The buzzer tried to throw the monkey off of his back, but the monkey grabbed his neck and said, "Hey, listen, Jack, straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and stay right. Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top. What's the use in jiving? Ain't no use in diving. Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top." The buzzer told the monkey, "You are choking me. Release your hold and I will set you free." The monkey looked the buzzard right dead in the eye and said, "Your story is so touching, but it sounds just like a lie. So straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and stay right. Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top." So touching, but it sounds just like a lie. So straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and stay right. Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top.
Thank you. This is Rex McGee on the fiddle and Russell Kelly on guitar. Jeff Black is a master songwriter and performer in the tradition of the great storytellers. His songs have been recorded by a who's who of artists, including Alison Krauss and Union Station, Waylon Jennings, Black Hawk, Dierks Bentley, John Randall, John Oates, Jerry Douglas, and Sam Bush. Originally from Kansas City, Missouri, Jeff now lives in Nashville, Tennessee, but from the looks of his calendar, he spends most of his time on the road. Boston's WUMB listeners voted Jeff one of the top 100 most important folk artists of the last 25 years. He's also recognized as a digital music pioneer by NPR for his podcast, Black Tuesdays. The more I listen to Jeff Black, the more I want to hear. Folks, will you please put your hands together for Jeff Black?
I better remember my song. How's everybody tonight? All right. Oh, good Lord. I'm getting so old and grumpy. I love the idea of coming out and seeing you all. I'm so happy that you're here. I don't know quite what to tell you about this next song. It's a new song that folks probably haven't heard, but I want to share it with you. I was in Boston at the, yeah, that's good. Yeah, we're good. And I was playing at this little folk festival up there, and they put me in this little hotel, and right next to it, have y'all been to like a Furs cafeteria or Libby's or one of those where you go through and pick out your food, you know, and you say, well, I'll have the Jell-O, and I guess I'll have whatever that is in that little bowl, and you go through with your little tray and you go through. It was the closest place, and it was in walking distance, and so I walked across the way there, and I sat down in this little booth, and I sat intentionally facing away from this couple, and this couple, it seemed like they'd been married for 1,000 years. And the table was right here at their little heads. Their heads were just kind of like right there at the very top of the table. And they had their little bowls and the cups and the little water glasses and their food and everything, and you could hear the knives and the forks going. And I'm not normally an eavesdropper, but I could not help but hear the woman say to her husband, "We can't get anything good to eat because you can't see." Now, I have known great love in my life, but that raised the bar for me. He never said a word. And I thought, that's something to wish for, don't you think? The rainbow and me, we're always in trouble. So hard to handle. Lord, how they tried to send us away. And she said to me, honey, we're no pretenders. We never surrender. And she knew a place where we could stay and be home. In the darkness between the stars, and the light there that sleeps on the water, and the silence before the song, that's where we belong. So they gave us spurs and a Bible, an old leather saddle, and hell, the horse had been dead for 2 or 3 days. So we set out for the edge of the ocean, no land of Goshen. We slept on the ground, got drunk in the rain, and it felt so fine. In the darkness between the stars, and the light there that sleeps on the water, and the silence before the song, that's where we belong. She reached out and touched my hand for no reason, no demand. And she laughed when I broke the mirror, and that's all I needed to know. And she's the only one I trust with my feelings. She kept all my secrets under a stone
to the end of the line. In the darkness between the stars, and the light there that sleeps on the water, the silence before the song, that's where we belong.
Change up and get my little microphone over here. I'm going to play the piano. This is the daredevil part of the program, that's for sure. I will start out telling you this little story. You can hear me? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that very much. So sometimes I'll put out a record and I'll send it up and get the family review, which is, oh no, I hope we can get this so it doesn't, okay, I'm a professional, here we go, we got this. So I'll send this, I'll send a CD up, and it's a few years ago when my mom was still alive, and I would send him a CD, and I'd give him a couple of days, you know. And I called my mom, and I was like, "Mom, did you guys get my new record?" She goes, "Yeah, we got it." I said, "Did you guys get a chance to listen?" She goes, "Oh yeah, we listened to some of it." Huh. Tough love, my mother. And she said, "Now, Jeffrey, why don't you learn how to write something kind of peppy? People like to dance." And so my rebel soul went the opposite way. I wrote this song. With my friend John Randall, and we made a little demo of it. And I didn't even think we were finished with it. He sent it off to his publisher, and his publisher sent it to Alison Krauss, and she fell in love with it. And it ended up on her Paper Airplanes record. And I talked to, yeah, it's pretty fun. And I talked to her on the phone one day because she called. She goes, "I don't know exactly what you guys were going for," she said, "but I couldn't help but think about my mother the whole time I was singing this song." And I don't know that it had occurred to me. I thought it started out being a love song. And I guess it really is the ultimate love song now. And that's my favorite thing about songs, is that the interpretation other people take. You know, you want to own that song when you hear it. And this is one that became that. And this is called Frozen Fields. Well, I walked along the fence row, thought of everything I had to do. You jump right in there between my thoughts. Now wouldn't that be just like you? All the fields are frozen now. I was wondering where you are.
Life goes by in mid-July, just like it does on New Year's Day. And there's a comfort in the good old times when you don't feel so far away. Could it be you find yourself like this whenever I cross your mind? You're walking through a frozen field and the world stops on a dime. It won't be long till summer comes and all the fields will be full and green. Life goes by in mid-July, just like it does on New Year's Day. And there's a comfort in the good old times when you don't feel so far away. I walked along the fence row, thought of everything I had to do. You jump right in there between my thoughts. Now wouldn't that be just like you? It won't be long till summer comes and all the fields will be full and green. Life goes by in mid-July, just like it does on New Year's Day. There's a comfort in the good old times when you don't feel so far away. Thank you very much. So, when I was about 18 years old, I got myself in a little bit of trouble. And after I had paid my debt to society, as it were, my father took me under his wing. He took me down to a little music store in Independence, Missouri. And he bought me this $200 guitar and then handed me my entire life one afternoon. And, the sweetest man you ever met. He could be a mean son of a bitch, though. I could tell you that right now. But the sweetest fellow you ever met. And he assured me that I was not, in fact, on a downward spiral, that I was just getting started. This is called Sunday Best. Wheels go round and round, it seems like we never stop to rest. Saturday was beautiful, all dressed in our Sunday best. People came from miles away just to say goodbye. Little Sarah was so afraid she hid behind a smile. What are we gonna do was never said out loud. We drove down to the liquor store for a mask and a trampoline. I'd been there 1,000 times before, but it did not seem the same. The house was full of people, all dead and they were gone. And all the rooms seemed smaller than they did when I was young. What are we gonna do was never said out loud. We'll get up in the morning and we'll work all day. We'll come home in the evening sun. There's nothing more to say except for thank you, man, for the gifts you bring. The Lord respects me when I'm working hard, but He loves me when I sing. I dreamt about it for 6 nights in a row. Little pictures of him smiling down on our lives in a flash of gold. And he looked so young and strong, so tan brown in the sun. Red and white checkered flannel shirt, but his watch and his ring were gone. What are we gonna do was never said out loud. We'll get up in the morning and we'll work all day. We'll come home in the evening sun. There's nothing more to say except for thank you, man, for the gifts you bring. Lord respects me when I'm working hard, but He loves me when I sing. Wheels go round and round, it seems like we never stop to rest. Saturday was beautiful, all dressed in our Sunday best.
Jeff Black.
The Martha Bassett Show comes to you from the Reeves Theater and Cafe, downtown Elkin's newly renovated landmark. Originally opened as an Art Deco movie theater in 1941, it was fully operational until 1977 and then became the Elk Twin Cinema until 1994. Closed for decades after, it was lovingly restored and reopened in 2018. They have a vibrant lineup of artists all year round. On November 18th, they'll welcome the great Tim O'Brien with Jan Fabricius and Paul Birch. Also, the Reeves Theater has recently launched the Reeves Downtown School of Music right up the street in the old Arts Council building. Through programs like the newly established Evie Good Scholarship Fund, they are a nonprofit dedicated to providing music lessons for all. All instruments, all ages, introduction in group and individual lesson settings. You can learn old time, bluegrass theory, composition, and more. Learn more at reevesmusic.org. Now, let's get back to the Reeves Theater stage in beautiful downtown Elkin with Martha and the band performing the 1989 classic Love Song by English rock icons The Cure.
Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am home again. Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am whole again. Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am young again. Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am fun again.
Thank you very much. Joe Thrift was raised in Winston-Salem by a father who built pipe organs and a mother who was an organist and choir director. He taught himself to play fiddle in the early 1970s and soon developed an interest in building instruments. He apprenticed with local luthier David Sturgill before attending the Newark School of Violin Making in Newark-on-Trent in England, where he studied from 1976 to 1979. After graduating, he returned to Winston-Salem and opened a violin shop, making, repairing, and restoring violins, violas, and cellos. In the meantime, Joe Thrift was playing with all the greats of North Carolina old-time music, including the legendary fiddler Tommy Jarrell. He played with many bands, including Too Wet to Plow, The Red Hots, Man Alive, and Jimmy John Joe. He eventually spent time in He even spent time in the 1990s playing keyboards for the nationally touring jam band Dawn of the Buffalo. Joe eventually moved his shop to Elkin and continues to build instruments, teach violin making, and play music with a wide array of players. Tonight, Joe's band includes Riley Bogus, who has been a featured artist on this show and who is playing guitar. Mark Olitsky drove down from Cleveland, Ohio to play banjo. Alex Scala drove down from Philadelphia to play bass. This is a very powerful band. Joe has been on our show more than any other guest. This is his 6th time back. Will you please put your hands together for our friend, Joe Thrift.
Hello.
Did you know you'd been on the show that many times?
I knew it was a bunch.
It has been a bunch. All right, Joe, what are we going to start with?
We're going to play a tune I wrote called Real American, and when I wrote it, I was sort of imagining myself being alive at the time when we were sort of pushing the Indians out so we could come in and live in their space. Like that. Not that that's how we learned it in school. And Martha's gonna sing with me. Yay. Oh yeah. And Deshawn's gonna play a little bit of Sacred Steel over here for us. Thank you so much. The banjo can never be in tune. Good. Hang on. Fingernail was catching. All right.
That's how you do it.
In the early evening to sit and watch the sun go down. It's an eerie feeling, you can't hear a single sound. There's a feeling of doom, but no one knows. Will the real American perish, or will he make a white man go? There's hope in my heart for a better day, but sometimes that hope gets led astray. Them calling, the end is coming soon. As the rain keeps falling with every passing moon, spirits soaring, the blood begins to flow. Will the real American perish, or will they make a white man go? There's hope in my heart for a better day. Sometimes that hope gets led astray. Thank you. So this is a tune a lot of people know. It's called Whiteface. It's one that I wrote early on, and I never thought it would go anywhere, and it kind of went all over the world. And so there's pockets of old-time musicians all over the world, and a good portion of them play this tune somehow. And so I was at Clifftop I was at Cliff Top, fifth. Not me. It's healed. Thank you, Martha. Anyway, I was at Cliff Top, and there was some people that were playing it, and I was in a conversation with a friend, and they were playing the wrong chords, so I said, let me go over here and I'm gonna correct this. And so I go over, and these people are playing it, and the guitar player looks up at me, and he says, "It's your tune?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "We don't like your chords." So that's the folk process, so it's okay. It's called Whiteface. Thank you so much.
That's Joe Thrift and the gang. They'll be back in the second half. The Martha Bassett Show is supported in part by Hugh Chatham Memorial Hospital. Hugh Chatham Memorial Hospital has provided high-quality medical care for residents of Elkin, North Carolina, and the Yadkin Valley area for over 90 years. And they've recently expanded into Virginia and introduced additional services, providing greater access for the communities that they serve. A private, not-for-profit hospital, Hugh Chatham employs more than 900 and is served by more than 70 physicians representing 27 specialties or subspecialties. These folks deliver all of the quality medical services you and your family need to achieve optimal physical and mental health. You can learn more at hughchatham.org. What's next on the show, Martha?
Next up, Grammy-nominated, Brooklyn-based, and North Carolina-bred Becca Stevens has established an outstanding career blending an effortless vocal talent with exquisite compositions that draw inspiration from pop, jazz, indie rock, and Appalachian folk music. Her most recent album, Wonderbloom, which she produced and engineered with Nick Hard, displays Stevens' skill of layering profound and discerning lyrics with funky and dance-ready beats in a record that Jazz Magazine describes as sophisticated and sensual pop, and the Mail on Sunday said is glamorous, semi-electric pop that Prince might approve of. The track Slow Burn, which is my favorite, from Wonderbloom, was nominated for a Grammy for Best Arrangement, Instruments, and Vocals in 2020. Becca continues to stretch the boundaries of convention with songs that weave together her classical and Appalachian folk music upbringing and her love of the rich rhythms and harmonies of jazz and world music, enhanced by her skill on multiple string instruments. Along with her solo output, Becca is a highly respected collaborator who has worked with the likes of David Crosby as an active member of his Lighthouse Band, Jacob Collier, Michael League of Snarky Puppy, Brad Meldau, Esperanza Spalding, Chris Thiele, Lara Mvula, Jose James, Antonio Sanchez, Corey Wong, Vince Mendoza, Metropole Orchestra, Timo Andres, and Ataka Quartet, among many others. She defies labeling and continues to challenge the notion of what a singer-songwriter should be. Instead, she dictates to the rest of us what we should and should not expect from artistry such as hers. It is such a pleasure to introduce to you Becca Stevens.
Thank you, Martha, and boy, oh boy, is it good to be in North Carolina. Woohoo! This is the first time I've ever played this instrument on stage. I just got it in the mail a couple days ago. It's a carbon fiber classical guitar by Journey Instruments, and I've got a tour coming up in October with lots of traveling in Europe, and this guitar breaks in half, the neck comes off, and it fits into a backpack. So, yeah, it comes in handy at the airport. But the strings drop quite a bit. So I'm just going to get this in tune, and then I'm going to play an original song for you called Tillery. I open a lot of my sets with this song, no matter how many those sets are, mini, M-I-N-I. I'm going to do a mini set tonight. And this song was written for and inspired by another North Carolinian, an incredible composer who I met in Winston-Salem, where I'm from, and her name was Kenya Tillery, and she deserves your applause. She was an awesome, yeah. So this song is for her. It's called Tillery. La 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 la
where fireflies, night times chandelier. Night will come as days must end, but soon the sun will rise again. La 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 la. Sadness sheds in layers, leaving us here. Springtime's winter souvenir, winter clothes and winter fears. Winter weight is sold last year. No season of the soul strips clear the face of God, save cold and frozen wind upon the frozen sod. I think what makes spring so sweet, not the roses, but beneath, Lord, Lord, is the underlying truth, Lord, 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 that everything must go so soon. No season of the soul strips clear the face of God, save cold and frozen wind upon the frozen sod. So may we shout and may we sing. So may we shout and may we sing. So may we shout and may we sing. So may we shout. So may we shout. So may we shout. So may we shout and may we sing. May we shout and may we sing. May we shout and may we sing. Blessed thou, O holy spring.
Thank you so much. I'm going to use you guys as guinea pigs tonight to play some brand new songs. Yeah! Oh boy. Okay, so with that comes a little bit of nerves, playing brand new songs. But I like you and I trust you, so I trust you won't be too hard on me. So this one doesn't have an official title yet. That's how new it is. It's only been played live twice, and once was in a cabin in the woods. And when a song gets played in a cabin in the woods, who really hears it, you know? This is called Wild Eyes Open, I think. I'll take just a little bit more of this in the wedge on stage of the guitar. Yeah, since it's radio.
else she couldn't leave in the story I can't tell. And a bat lives in the steeple just below the bell, hiding from the people who cry out, why me? Oh, keep those wild eyes open. Keep them young and bright. Keep those wide eyes open. It's gonna be alright. You know it's gonna be alright. The neighbors bought her flowers when her garden went to seed, and the bell rang loud for hours when it came a time to leave. And she left us like a lion and died just like a lamb. If it weren't for all the crying, I'd rewind just to say goodbye again. She loved my baby girl just like the summer loves a storm. She said, you're an old soul I've known since the very day that you were born. So tell me all your secrets. You just came from where I'm going. Who are you? Are you a little piece of God? Come down for me to hold. A little piece of God. There's a mouse there in the sunroom. I think he's still alive. Could you drive him to the river where he'll live a better life? He wasn't meant to be here in these old church walls, and he must be getting tired of fighting. An infant to her future, standing out in the open, outliving every reaper like a stubborn grain of sand. The best way to lose my hair, she said, is watch it coming out in my granddaughter's hands. A bat lives in the steeple, so when you leave at night, just close the door behind you so he won't fly inside. She left us like a lion and died just like a lamb. If it weren't for all her crying, I'd be reaching out my hand, saying, Mama, please don't go. Keep them young, keep those wild eyes open. Keep those wild eyes open. It's gonna be alright, you know it's gonna be alright, you know it's gonna be alright, you know it's gonna be alright.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I'm going to play one more new one for you. And yeah, I'm working on songs for a new record, a new project. I don't know exactly when it's going to come out yet, but you're hearing these songs before anybody else. Aw, thanks. Okay. No capo, right? Hey, Becca, do you use a capo on this one? I don't know, Becca. Let's go with no. What do I want to tell you about this song? I feel like it goes in a set with that last one. It was supposed to be the last song of the next mini set, and I'm swapping it right now because they feel kindred. They feel like they belong together. So take that for what it's worth. And I just wrote it. It's only been played live a handful of times, maybe 3. And it's called, I think, Now Feels Bigger, or maybe Now Feels Bigger Than the Past. That could also be the album title. Don't know yet. I'm open to suggestions. Okay. Let's start that again.
What is it about an artist dying that makes the art more palatable? And those who never gave a listen, now quick to climb on board. And you who never knew the lyrics, say, oh, I've always loved this one. And you who never spared a penny, cried and cried like you lost your only friend. What is it about a traitor dying that makes the harm forgivable? Throw some dirt upon their grave and say, they did their best, I guess. It's only on me now for stepping in that mess. And all the pain they waded through, though then obliterated, you looks easier now, designed somehow to put you in the right light for the shit you're dealing with today, which looks so much bigger than the past. Imperfection is beautiful in retrospect, and the great big flaws are charming when there's no one there to correct. What is it about a mother dying that makes the grief insatiable? As if the time in utero that grew your flesh and built your bones is tearing at your heart, 'cause it's rewinding now, unraveling your sense of who you are. And everything you sought from her is needed by your daughter, so you carry her to term, and with a little push, she falls out of the nest into the sky, which looks so much bigger than the past. Imperfection is beautiful once the hands are gone, and the farther we are from failure, the more we see its charm. Now feels bigger than the past. 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 Now feels bigger than the past.
Thank you.
Becca Stevens. All right, folks, it's intermission time. We're going to stop for about 10 minutes if you want to go grab a drink or check out the merch table, and we'll see you back here in just a few minutes.
Welcome back to the second half of the Martha Bassett Show, featuring Becca Stevens, Jeff Black, and Joe Thrift and his band, Riley Vargas, Mark Olitsky, and Alex Scala. Remember, you can listen to us weekly on 88.5 WFDD. Follow the entire schedule, listen to past radio shows, and subscribe to our podcast at marthabassettshow.com. Now, let's get back to the Reeves Theater in beautiful downtown Elkin with Rex McGee and Crunkberry Blossom. Rex McGee. Crunk Master Rex McGee.
Will you please welcome back Mr. Jeff Black?
Now we get to make some noise together. Now we like that. That's my favorite part. Hi guys. Here we are, back again.
So soon.
How you guys holding up? All right, good. I don't know exactly what to tell you about this song. It's Thank you very much, yeah. That's quite a trick for me. I think the most important thing is trying to find that place after everybody goes through it. We've all been through it. It's no big secret. And then when you get a chance to think about it, I think it's important to recognize it. And this is a song called Higher Ground. All right. There's a star shining over Jordan. Looks like we're gonna fall to fortune in ribbons, rings, and bows. Riding on a light so sheen and climb. It's gonna change some things round here, I know. Ever since last October, I've been thinking the whole thing over, and I'm feeling fairly sure. We got someone on the inside now, babe. I think they're gonna show us how they transcend all that's pure. Found higher ground. Catch me in a dream, I don't care. I wanna hold the world in my share. Ask for a little more. I believe we can see forever, and all we leave behind together, maybe washed away with time.
really want this to mean to matter. Silver, gold, and wood and leather, heaven on my mind. Oh, look here what we found. Oh, look here what we found. Oh, higher ground. Yeah. Don't that feel good? Yeah, that feels good. Oh. Now, I got a job. I was a terrible bouncer in a blues club in Kansas City. And so it snuck into my blood. On Monday nights, we had these blues jams. And so I think every once in a while, it's fun to make a little noise when it comes right down. Am I in the right key? That's it? Yeah. Right? I have to ask these fellas because I don't know. All right? I have no pride. No apologies. Okay.
I got a decent education, kicking an old bass drum. Trouble seemed to find me easy in my little time when I was young. I got some work in Kansas City. I'm gonna need that gasoline. Oh Lord, hope you forgive me for getting caught up in that machine. Attention steal around me. I was drawn into the cause by the blade, the drill, the oil spilling, all of Mother Nature's laws. I got some work in Kansas City. I'm gonna need that gasoline. Oh Lord, hope you forgive me for getting caught up in that machine. I'd like to change the world. I'd like to hit on that high road. But unbelievable refractions distorted everything I know. Caught up in that machine. I'd like to change the world. I want to hit on that high road. I want to walk the streets of heaven, but I don't want to sell my soul.
Well, before you jump into your final song, I'd love to chat with you a little bit. So,
Watch out, don't get me started, 'cause I will.
it's okay. I just have a couple of questions. So,
Okay.
The podcast thing. So when I said that you were named for being, so you did podcasting before podcasting was a thing, is what I'm trying to say.
I know, it sounds kind of crazy.
I know. This was like 2004, is that?
4, 5, and 6, and then a couple of years later I did some podcasts, and they were mostly like just my songs, and the kids were on there announcing. You can go back and listen to it.
I did, and they were amazing. The first one, you should go back totally and listen to these. They're very well done, and there are kids on them for sure, but it started out with a woman who was speeding, and she was listening to Jeff Black on her CD player, and the cop stopped her, and she was going way too fast, and he said, "Are you listening to Jeff Black?" And she said, "Yeah," and he was like, "Well, I'm going to let you off this time because you were listening to Jeff Black."
It's true, because she sent me a note about it. I said, "Oh, please send me that story," and she did, and I think she lives in Nebraska, and she sent me that story about that, and it's called "Support Your Local Sheriff."
It is. So I encourage you to go back and listen. I'm a huge Iris DeMent fan, and I saw this guy sang on her first record, Infamous Angel. Right?
Yeah, sang on the first record, and we also made the very first demo of my hometown in Kansas City in this weird little studio. I met Iris at a place called Harling's upstairs at an open mic run by my friend Norton Canfield, and got to know her, and then actually stayed with her when I looked for an apartment going down to Nashville. And you know, she kind of made me mad. Because we used to play at these open mics and stuff, you know? And then one day she goes, "I'm moving to Nashville." And I thought, well, son of a... I thought, I want to do something like that. And it wasn't too long, so it was about 6 months later, went down and saw her at the Bluebird. And I went to Nashville, and there was everybody carrying guitars around and a bunch of weird, crazy dreaming people running around that town. And I thought, oh, I don't think I can get there soon enough. And
so you should be thanking her.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. And so went down and stayed with her, found a little apartment. And so, yeah, she totally inspired me to move down to Nashville for sure. It's kind of a weird story, but it's like,
that's cool.
It's just one of those stories. I was just sitting around town playing, you know, and I thought, what am I going to do? I thought, I don't want to, there were so many things I could have done. Bartending, bouncing at the bars.
Bouncing, yeah.
No,
Well, also, your very first record, the band on it was basically Wilco without Jeff Tweedy, correct?
Yeah, all the guys. Those, if you're familiar with the Wilco version 1, John Stewart is still with the band. Jay Bennett has passed away, and a couple of those guys have gone on to do some other things. And then Susan Rogers, who worked with Prince and David Byrne and Neil Lara and all those folks, she was the one that came down. We went down to Willie Nelson's studio in Pedernales, Texas. The Cut and Putt is what they called it. I guess there was a golf course, which I'm not a golfer, but it was nearby. And so we went down there and recorded that record down there. We stayed down there for 2 weeks. It's about 30 minutes, just far enough outside of Austin that keep us out of trouble. So we went down there and recorded that in 1997, I believe, way back in the olden days. But yeah, so.
Well, that was pretty rarefied air that you were breathing.
Oh God, yeah, we had a lot of fun. They were wonderful, lovely people. I loved working with them all. Yeah, they were great.
Well,
yeah.
So are you, and we're thrilled that you have come to Elkin to make music with us and for all these beautiful folks.
I am honored to be here. I'm trying to remember everybody's names too. James on the sound.
You're doing great.
Deshaun, Chaz, Russell, Sam, Matt. Who am I remembering?
Close.
Who else?
We answered
Rex.
all of them.
Rex.
And oh God. What a lovely band. Yeah, we came in this afternoon and we ran through these songs, and I was like, because you never know, you know? And we just kind of went through the songs once, and I thought, well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that you guys know these songs better than I do now, so we should just go for it. So I am honored to be here, and thank you, Martha, so much for having me.
You're very welcome. Very welcome.
Thank you. I haven't, I don't write a lot of love songs, but this is one I like to play, and it's close to my heart. And this is called To Be With You. So we'll leave you with this little love song. So if you're with someone you love tonight, please get up and dance in the aisle. Show them what you got. I dare you. It'll pay off for you later. I may be borderline. What's gold is mine. Anytime I choose. The last couple of years, though, found my share of tears and found a lot to lose. But these blues can't last. Too long time moves too fast. Leaves the past behind. Here in my reverie, sweet memories of what I find. Down in my easy chair, I got you there to pilot me straight through. To show me what it means through all these crazy dreams to be with you. Show me what it means through all these crazy dreams to be with you. Take a look in here. I have no fear, and I'm flying high above. These gridlock streets where the horizon meets this timeless love. That I forever know that only as of late I sung. I guess what they say is true. We all have a destiny, and the one for me is to be with you. Down in my easy chair, I got you there to pilot me straight through. Show me what it means through these crazy dreams to be with you.
when the moon is down and the sky is low, and a little earthquake shakes a domino. Down in my easy chair, I got you there to pilot me straight through. Show me what it means through all these crazy dreams to be with you. Show me what it means through all these crazy dreams to be with you.
Jeff Black.
I love you all. Thank you very much.
The Martha Bassett Show is supported in part by Explore Elkin, your one-stop travel source for the Yadkin Valley and beyond. If you're looking for hometown charm, historic landmarks, Main Street shopping, and fine dining, come stay a while in downtown Elkin. Elkin is the small town with a big community. So whether it's downtown events, music, hiking, or just paddling the Blue Water Trail, let Explore Elkin help you find your trail. Learn more on Facebook or at exploreelkin.com. Support for the Martha Bassett Show also comes from these fine downtown Elkin businesses. The Elk Pharmacy, Yoga on Main, Coley Hall at the Liberty, Angry Troll Brewing, Yadkin Valley Quilts, The Wisdom Table, and Elkin's cutest little cocktail bar, Fruition. Now let's get back to the Reeves Theater stage with Joe Thrift and his band.
We're going to play a tune that I wrote, let's see, I think 27 years ago. And I call it 12 years, and it's when me and my then girlfriend were together for 12 years, and I just wrote this tune and called it that. And that's what we're going to play. Oh.
Wrong tune.
Wrong tune. Thank you.
Joe, you have a new record out. Tell us about it.
It's a record with about 16, 17 tracks on it, and it's all original stuff. There's the stuff you're hearing tonight, and a bunch more tunes that I've written over the years. It has my first fiddle tune that I was trying to fool the Red Hots, my band, into thinking that I discovered some forgotten fiddle tune, and I made it up, but I sort of got discovered anyway.
And all of these fine folks are on this record too, as well as some other local.
No, Mark Golitsky here is the banjo player on it. Yeah. And then, like, Mark Schatz was the bass player, but he's on the road with Bela Fleck, and we had to go for the second team, which is, we didn't tell him that he was the second team. He thinks he's the first team, but, and then Riley and I were in the Red Hots together, and the guitar player on the record is mostly this guy, Joe DeJournette, or we call him Joe Bass, and but his wife's having a baby right around now, so I got my buddy Riley Bogus, who I'm, and all these guys are pretty big in our music scene of old time music and stuff, so I'm pretty proud to have them drive so far and come here and practice with me and play.
Me too. Thank you for that.
So this is a song that I wrote, and it's when I was in Dawn of the Buffalo, I was sitting on an airplane, and I realized I was sort of like my dad, who traveled. He was a pipe organ builder, like Martha said earlier, and he was on the road a lot, taking care of organs and stuff. And there I was. I'm going to play gigs, and I love playing the gigs, but I was leaving home, and I didn't really want to be away from home. And I just sort of related myself to my dad like that, and I wrote this song sitting on the plane. And I call it Sunny South. Good. And my buddy, my new cousin, Deshaun, is playing, and Martha has agreed to sing another song with me. I don't know why, but it's a beautiful thing. somehow. There's a lesson to be learned. We're the same, the world has turned. In the end, there's no love lost. We paid the price, whatever the cost. Don't play blind, take hold of your life. The good and bad all faded to white. That was in and this is now. I'm the same as him somehow. That's a lesson to be learned. We're the same, the world has turned. the world has turned.
Joe Thrift.
Thank you.
Joe, tell these folks where you're going to be playing tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night we're playing at the Ramble on Big Creek, which is Laura Lynn Dawson's little venue over in Stokes County near Danbury. And
so if you want to see a whole show of these guys.
It's in a barn, and they're doing a cover dish beforehand. We'll play for a couple hours. And,
it's a real nice barn.
Yeah.
All right. You got one more for us?
Got one more. And the next one's on the fiddle. That's right. Yeah. This is a tune I call "Little Boy in the Boat."
So we start on your E minor, right? E minor, right? Yes.
And all of this stuff and more is on that CD out there. I'm selling them for $10. It's a weird little tuning. Oh. Thank y'all so much.
Joe Thrift. Oh, and by the way, Joe just had a birthday. Please give him a big birthday hand. Joe Thrift, happy birthday.
We're proud to have Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist sponsor the Martha Bassett Show. Through every stage and at every age, Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist is here for you and your family, supporting life, health, and well-being. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, care for life. TMBS is also supported in part by Life Store Insurance. They have 8 locations, with one located right here in downtown Elkin. Life Store Insurance, your North Carolina insurance specialist. Now, let's get back to the show with Martha Bassett and Becca Stevens.
Well, Becca, you come from a very musical family.
Sure do. My dad's here tonight, William Stevens. Make some noise. Yeah. And growing up, we were in a band called the Tune Mammals, and we made 2 records in a studio that the fellow who is mixing the sound for your radio show bought that studio, and we're talking like I was 2 years old when I recorded here. Wow. So many small world occurrences have happened tonight. There was a banjo player who I was talking to in the green room, and I was like, you look so familiar, and your name sounds familiar. And I realized I'd gone to see him at Ronalda House like 25 years ago, and that his alternate tunings on the banjo were like a huge inspiration to me when I was learning to play the guitar. And then Joe Thrift is an old family friend. My dad has his violas, and it's such a cool thing that this is all coming together.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And you, Becca has a new baby as well.
I do.
I'm sure she's going to be very musical too.
That's right. Willamea, named after William, and she's 7 months old on the 8th.
Very good.
Yeah.
And did I read that when you were 10 years old, you and your mom were in a traveling, nationally touring show? Tell us a little bit.
That's right. Somebody actually came up to the stage during halftime who was at that show. Wow. But it was The Secret Garden, the off-Broadway touring production of The Secret Garden, and we were on the road for a year performing that.
Wow. That's amazing for a 10-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you went to School of the Arts for high school.
That's
for guitar.
Right. For classical guitar. So I got the nylon strings on this tonight. I'm getting back to my roots.
Uh-huh. And you went to college at the New School in New York.
Yes.
For jazz vocals and composition.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah, mostly jazz performance, but once I got all my credits done, I was taking a bunch of composition courses. Yeah.
I bet that has served you well.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, will you please end this show for us with your beautiful music?
I would be so happy to, and this next mini set is dedicated to my nieces who are still awake, sitting in the front row. All right. I'm going to play another brand new one. It's called The Fool Will Stay, and it's a setting of a little bit of Shakespeare from King Lear. This is the fool speaking to the king, and I like to think of it as a sort of a love song. It's called The Fool Will Stay.
Winter's not gone yet, if the wild geese fly that way. Fathers that wear rags do see their children blind, but fathers that bear bags will make their children kind. Fortune, that errant whore, ne'er turns the keys to the poor. That sir which serves and seeks for gain, and follows but for form. Will pack when it begins to rain and leave thee in a storm. But I will tarry, the fool will stay, and let the wise man fly. Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo. You'll pack when it begins to rain, that sir which seeks for gain. The knave turns fool that runs away, the fool no knave pity. But I will tarry, the fool will stay, and let the wise men fly. I will tarry, the fool will stay, and let the wise men fly. Woo-hoo, oh, oh, woo-hoo, but I will tarry, the fool will stay, and let the wise man fly.
Okay. I'm going to play a song now from an album called Regina, and the song is also called Regina. When I wrote this, I was picturing North Carolina and sort of picturing chapters of growing up in North Carolina, and then it goes off into a story about a woman that is missing a part of herself and trying to get it back. Regina in this song symbolizes that part of yourself, that strong, regal part of yourself. This is called Regina.
Carved her heart in a dogwood tree, found a song in everything, nothing to lose and nothing to gain, barefoot dancing in the pouring rain. Oh no, 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 Regina, won't you come back home? Done her daddy proud, made her mama shine, found beauty in the night through a child's eyes, lit up life like a firefly, never knowing that that fire could die. Oh no, 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 Regina, won't you come back home? Regina, won't you come back home? and she let it go. Used to lie, but now she don't. Little girl dreams all turn to stone. Spends all day on the telephone saying no, no, no. She lost her way along a wandering path. She can't get it back. She can't get it back. But it's the wanderer who finds her soul. And Lord only knows you had a long road. Ooh, 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 ooh. Regina, won't you come back home? Ooh, 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 ooh. Regina, won't you come back home?
Thank you so much. Thank you to Martha for inviting me tonight. She's just so wonderful. She's been in my orbit. I've looked up to her for many years, 20 some odd years, as like this local celebrity, and I'm very pleased that you thought to bring me tonight, so thank you. I've got one more original song for you, and it's in, whoa, that was a big dip. Whoop. And it's in another tuning, so we're gonna chat just a little bit more. Do you have anything you want to say while we're tuning? This could take a second.
I do. You're playing somewhere tomorrow night, aren't you?
Day after tomorrow night. Yeah, Kane Center.
Kane Center, and that's down near Lake Norman?
Cornelius? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you want to go see a whole show of Becca, Saturday night?
Oh, thanks. Yeah, Saturday night. Anything
That's all
else?
I had.
Okay. I was taking my time. Yeah.
I can make something up, but I think we covered it all.
Got a long way to go on this string. Okay. Boo, ba, boo.
I know that Becca's got some merch with her tonight, but she's also got a code that you can download so that you can order things tonight and they can be drop shipped to you. Is that right?
Or yes, that, or I think you can also get it digitally from that link.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, I got a story about this one. I'm ready to fine tune and move my face while I'm tuning. Thank you. Okay, so this was written, inspired by Heather Heyer, whose name you might remember from being in the news back in 2017 in Charlottesville, Virginia. There was a protest against Unite the Right rally there in Charlottesville, Virginia, and she was killed by the car that drove through the crowd of people. And it's a very sad story, but let's see here. I was on the road with David Crosby in a band of his called the Lighthouse Band, and David has this way of, he sees songs, I think, like a cinematographer. He has this way of sort of like seeing the story of the song before he even comes after the lyric. And he was thinking about that story, and he said to me on the bus, there's a song in there somewhere and you should write it. And I was like, ooh, I don't usually touch that kind of song, but I could try. And he was like, no, you got it, you should write it. And so I gave it a go, and it was one of the hardest songs that I've ever found. But my doorway in ended up being sort of going from her perspective in these little messages to her mother. And so it's called Heather's Letters to Her Mother. And this song actually brought me in touch with Susan Bro. Heather Heyer's real-life mother, who's an amazing woman and activist. And she heard the song, which was such a cool occurrence. Okay, I think we're there. I'm being picky because it's radio. And I know they can delete all this stuff. And new strings. Okay, here we go. Heather's letters to her mother. Oh, and I'm going to ask you to sing with me on this. Those two girls sang on this record. They sang this song on the record, so you'll get to hear the real performers from the record live tonight. Do you guys want to come stand up here with me? That wasn't the plan. Can they come up here with me? This is what you get for being awake. Aw, yay. My girls.
One mic or two? What do you think?
One is fine. Yeah, yeah, that's fine. She's yawning.
Hey Ma, I got a new job, keeping me happy, fighting for the rights of the ones who need it the most. It's what I always wanted to do. Finally living by the words I learned from you, that we've got nothing without love and one another. Hey Ma, there was a new guy keeping me happy, but he had a problem being kind to people who don't look like him. And when I saw him looking down at my friends, I said, you'll never love me if you can't love them. And we've got nothing without love, so I let him go. We've got nothing. We've got nothing without each other. Hey Ma, the news is getting me down. We've got so far to go and too little love to go around. People are saying we don't deserve to be here. Well, this is not, no, this is not the America I know. So Ma, we're gonna stand strong tomorrow, so every child is able to sing with no meaning of peace and love and liberty. Their home is everlasting till we let freedom 'cause we've got nothing without each other. Hey Lord, I wish you could see the streets today. Oh, we could cover so much ground when we hold each other up along the way. Everyone is proud to be here, 'cause liberty for you and me is the America we know. So Ma, you got a new job from now on. You gotta finish my story, pick up from where I left off. And no, they can't quiet us down. And every time they try, we're gonna sing it out 1,000 times as loud. That we've got nothing without love. We've got nothing without love. We've got nothing without love. Keep going, keep going. This is not, no, this is not the America we know. This is not, no, this is not the America we know. This is not, no, this is not the America we know. This is not, no, this is not the America we know.
Sadie and Julianne Stevens.
That was amazing. All right, folks, we have one more song for you, and everyone's coming back out on the stage, as you can see. Please feel free to sing along with us. Thank you for being with us tonight. This has been such a special night. Put your hands together for all these great artists. All right, shall I start this one? Okay.
Yes.
This is a Bob Dylan song. I'm going to do it too.
It won't be nearly as complex.
You can look at these.
All right, done.
I'm going to put this one here.
You can use mine too.
I have so many lyrics. A what?